Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sandy Moves. I've started this event a couple of minutes early so that people could take some time to log on. So I'm going to just invite you to log on and to make a comment in the comment section of where you actually are joining me from. And if you have anything that you particularly would like to would like more explanation on during the following sessions. What we'll be doing today is we're going to do a series of movements in a chair. I usually work on my feet all day. However, many people work at desk jobs in chairs or have limited mobility and are unable to move as fluidly as they would like to. So these are some basic moves that you can do in your chair while you're at work, and it'll just relieve a little bit of stress. Most of the movements I do are basically, oh, hi, Sue. Good. I'm glad you have your kitchen chair because you'll need that. Most of the moves I do are a combination of Qigong and yoga. Um, they are for people of any ability, and so I hope that you find them helpful. So I'm going to start. Again, welcome. This is Sandy Moves. This is the first chair standing routine that I'm doing live, so I'm really excited. And I hope that you find some benefit in it. I certainly feel great after doing it. So, as always, we're going to have a chair. This is my living room. That is my chair. And I'm going to be sitting on that chair to do the first section of movement. So I invite everyone to come sit down on their chair. Sit so your bum is just on the chair and you're balanced. However, there's some space between you and the back because you will be moving your arms. What I do is I do a sequence of 3 repetitions per move. And so that's how we'll be starting going forward. So, as always, put your hands on your belly. It's nice and soft, at least in my case it is. And just take some wonderfully deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're going to start this session the same way we would do for the standing session. And most of the movements will be exactly the same, only this one is seated. So, when you're doing these moves, if you're doing an upward move, that's an inhale, followed by a downward move, that's an exhale. If you're doing an outward move, that's an inhale. If you pull it in like this, it's an exhale. Okay, so let's start. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's move 1. This is the next move. Breathe in. Just pretend you're hugging someone you haven't seen for a very long time and you want to hug. I know there's a bunch of people on my list. I can't wait until my second vaccine so I can hug them. Next move, stretch up to the ceiling. Lower one arm down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you do a move on one side, you always balance it with another. This is the next move. Stretch as much as you can out. Whatever is comfortable, you do. So if your mobility is slightly less, perhaps this move would be done this way. So it's not as big. This is the next move, and this is why you want to be away from the back of your chair, because you're going to pull your arm back like I did. See? Pull it back, push it forward. You'll occasionally hear me crack. It's because I've had a very good life, lots of fun, a couple of injuries. So you'll crack too. Unless you're not at that point yet. You'll notice that when one arm moves, the other arm moves in the other direction. So this engages your brain and helps with your coordination. The idea is to make the movements as fluid as possible. Now, if you can, just move back on your chair a little bit. And I want you to take each foot and raise the foot, and then put the foot down. Other side. See a nice big snap. Now, if you can, raise both feet and just rotate your ankles 3 times in one direction and then 3 times in the other. If you can't raise both legs, don't worry. Raise one leg if you can. Put them back down. Now, gently put your elbow on the back of your chair and just touch your shoulder and And put your body in the other direction so that there's a slight twist. Just enough to loosen it up. Now, bend forward and pretend that you are a goose flying. So bend forward, bring your arms back, move them forward. Move them forward. Pull your arms even with your rib cage and push your fist out. Pull back. Push your fist out. Pull back. Now another set of 3 deep inhalations. Now we're going to stand up from this chair for just a second, and we're going to just stretch our back very gently in a couple of yoga poses. Don't laugh too hard if my seat comes off because the screws came out. Okay. Take your chair. Slowly back up. And drop your head between your shoulders. And gently stretch your back, using your chair as support. If it hurts, stop doing it. What you should feel is a very gentle stretch. Now in yoga, you arch your back like this. It's part of the cat pose. And when you arch, actually this is cat, the other was cow. This one, you can actually feel the muscles pulling in the back of your legs and your hamstrings. Your cow. Another cat. Try to keep your legs gently bent if you can. It'll take some tension off your hips. Walk forward. If you want to do some balancing exercises, you can use your chair as support. Put your other arm out and take your foot and gently put it on your calf. Don't put it on your knee because it might push it out of alignment. And you can balance like this for 10 seconds. Then you would switch the sides of the chair and balance for 10 seconds. We have a visitor. I think he's coming in the room right now, so no, he's scared of coming in the room. It's my cat. He often comes in here when I do poses, so he might walk by. Oh, there he is. See? His name's Rocky. Then you would return to your seat. Take some deep breaths. And I like to sit and think about just one or two things that I'm really grateful for. I am grateful for all the people that have encouraged me to do this. Meow. And I'm also grateful for Rocky for keeping me such good company. So, come and move with me in the standing position now. Anyone who did the chair section, please just do the exercises in your chair. You don't have to stand with me and do it. But I want to take you through the second standing portion of this. So again, it's a repetition of a move. We'll do it 3 times. The concept is that when you raise your arms, you're inhaling. And when you lower your arms, you're exhaling. Just like if you moved your arms like this, you would be inhaling, and this would be exhaling. Whatever feels comfortable. This is all about breathing, and in doing so, you're massaging all of your organs inside of your body. So let's stand and do this. I like to shake out my hands and wrists. I start in a neutral position with my hands on my belly, my soft little belly. I'm going to move my chair just a little farther. Take some deep breaths. And we begin. The knees are soft. You're not standing rigid. There's just a little bit of a bend, so it gives you some give, so there's not a lot of stress. So inhale. Exhale. A big hug. The next move. And then put your balance on whatever leg your arm is bent. If your left arm is straight, you don't have balance on it. You shift your balance during each movement. I like to really stretch, but you can do all of these movements very, very small. They don't have to be big. This movement example, you don't have to go all the way back like me. You can do something like this. It's a much smaller movement, but equally as effective. As with the other, it's a constant flow between both sides of your body. And your movements should not be big enough to knock you over because you lose your balance. Hi, Rocky. This one, pretend that you have a ball in your hand. Then you use your top hand and push. Bring it back, turn your ball, top hand and push. Turn your ball, push. Turn your ball. This can also be done in a chair. This is like reaching down, getting up water and scooping it, letting it fall on you. Just think of those hot days when you hit a beach or a pool or a splash pad. Reminds me of the joys of eating watermelon. This is like a wave, bounces out, washes towards you, folds over you. Bounces towards you, folds over you. Bounces towards you, folds over. And this is like the birds fly over the water. As always, modify these moves to as big or as small as you feel comfortable. And I may have lost count every now and then, so I may be doing 4. Up on your tiptoes like the phoenix rising. This one took me a year and a half to do because I have bad ankles. So I'm really happy to be able to do it. Now reach down like you're picking up that ball again. Take it. Just go around very gently. If you can't bend all the way down, that's okay. You can do something like this. When you finish your 3rd round, you stop and then you go back the other direction because it's all about balance, right? You work one side, you want to work the other side. Putting your hands down like this. is anchoring yourself to the earth so that you're stable for your next move. Next move is raising your right hand and your left leg. So 1, 2, to the other side. 1, 2, 3. Sometimes I get a little wobbly myself, so. And then 3. Big breaths. And then back into your original position. Feet together, hands on your soft belly. And think of all the wonderful things in the world that you are grateful for. The love of people around you, the kindness, and thank you. Please feel free to do this action while in the chair or stand anytime you like. It'll take you between 5 and 15 minutes. It really depends on how many repetitions you do. If you did it all in sequence of one move, it would probably only take you about 5 minutes. And that's a break you probably deserve, just 5 minutes. To relax, get some air in you, massage your internal organs, get some circulation in your wrists and your back and your hands. And so that is the end of Sandy Moves for today. I hope you all have wonderful days. I hope you find many, many things to be grateful for. And I wish you wonderful things. Be well, friends. I hope you enjoyed the class, and please revisit anytime you like. And yes, let me know what you would like to see next. My next adventure is I've registered for a 200-hour yoga training session. And so I hope to do a cast every week and perhaps incorporate a few yoga moves into it. Okay? So thank you and be well, my friends. As always, we are not alone. We are part of a wonderful, large group of people with a great deal of love in our hearts. So let's project that out to everyone. Be well.